Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Peter Faruna, digital marketing executive here at Futuresoft. Welcome to Lunch and Learn. This is my first time doing this, so I'm excited. Hope you are too. Today we're talking about the visual impact of digital marketing. So basically, I'll be touching aspects of digital marketing and what to do and things to make your visual content acceptable and received properly. So first off, this is my outline. This is the outline for today, which is the concept of visual marketing and what is visual impact, types of visual content for marketing, visual content in social media marketing, 7 best practices for visual marketing on social media, and tools for visual content creation. That's also very important because you have to get the right tools to create your content, depending on what it is you want to create. So that being said, I'll go to the concept of visual marketing. So this is basically speaking about the ideas, creation, and how you come up with ideas, how you see visual content as an audience, or as somebody as someone who is creating, and also someone who is going to actually come across content that you're going to interact with. So what is visual marketing? So visual marketing is this discipline studying the relationship between an object, the context it's placed, the context it is placed in, and its relevant image, representing a disciplinary link between economy, visual perception laws, and cognitive psychology. So what this is simply saying that when you're creating your content, your visual marketing has to have when you get to see an image, or when you get to see a visual, it has to have a meaning to it. It has to have once I see an image, there should be something behind it. I should be able to guess that there's something it's actually suggesting by just looking at it. So that is basically what we mean by the visual marketing. So is it actually going to catch your attention? And that's what we are here to discuss today, on how to create visual content that would actually get a hold of people and the target audience, and make them want to relate with what you are actually bringing to the table. So that's where the representing the link between the economy, visual perception, and your cognitive psychology. So it's basically simple. It's trying to tell you that I get to see something, and is this good for what is this actually what I'm trying to get? Is this what I'm trying to get? And does it actually make sense for me to get this? And can I actually relate with it easily? That's just basically what is representing the disciplinary link between the economy, visual perception laws, and cognitive psychology is. So any old image won't do for your marketing collateral. You need to make sure that people feel the need to react every time they see any of your communication. So this is basically speaking about are your images generic? Are they old? Have they seen it before? Is this something that they see regularly? Does it stand out? So all this actually is very, very important when you're considering your visual marketing, and you have to take keynotes so that you wouldn't get lost while trying to create content that actually gets your target audience. So now there are types of content for visual content for marketing. So some of them are images, we have videos, we have infographics, we have memes, we have presentations, and we have screenshots. These are basically things that we'll be talking about as we go on, but I just wanted to show you what basically the content is going to be. So the content is either it's going to be image, it's going to be videos, what kind of videos, the type of infographics, what kind of infographics, kind of memes, what type of memes, the presentations, and all of that, screenshots. So that's that. So now we have a visual perception. So what is the visual perception? So the human brain has something called visual perception. This is where the brain calculates its surroundings and then makes an educated guess determined by the experiences it has had in the past with these surroundings. So I know this might be sound a bit too technical, but then when saying making an educated guess, it's not actually an educated guess. It's probably like an educated suggestion. So I see an image of, I see a post about something, and the image speaks about, it says something to me. And why the image can say something to me is because if I have not actually been there before, I have actually experienced something like that, or I've seen something like that somewhere, or probably I've spoken about it. And that is just when somebody speaks to you about something, or somebody speaks to you about a situation, or something that happened. Definitely, your mind, you're already imagining how the thing that scenario was. So this is where the visual perception is. So your visual perception is very important, because once you are creating content for your audience and you're wondering how you're going to see it. So that's why it's very important to make sure your content, your visual content, is not generic. So you create content that, you have to create content that make people say, oh wow, okay, I can actually get what they're trying to say. And there's that I think the idea basically is, whatever you're trying to do with your visual perception should make people want to interact with your visual content. That being said, there's a quote from an author and a public speaker, which says, "Our mind influences the key activity of the brain, which then influences everything: perception, cognition, thoughts and feelings, personal relationships. They are all a projection of you." So this is to say that everything we see has an influence from before, or we have a perception, or we have a cognitive reasoning towards it, or we have probably personal relationships with this kind of things. Is it a picture of somebody laughing, or somebody crying, or a picture of something, just something that actually has that has happened to you before, or that you've experienced, or that you've heard about, just basically experiences. Picture is what so many. So the idea behind the picture being what 1,000 words is connected to the emotional side of the brain. Basically, there are two sides of the brain, which is the left and the right. The left is what gives you, chooses what you are meant to actually, the idea behind what it is that you are saying. Then the right side is the part that actually tells you what you feel. What am I feeling at this very moment, or what do I feel about this, about what I'm seeing at this very moment? So there's a role that emotion play when it comes to memories, and it's important to leverage on this when selecting images. So I have a digital channel which is meant to speak about positive things, strictly positive things, or I'm a motivational speaker who speaks about something. I cannot be caught creating content that would make people feel down, or that would put you down to, that would make you feel some type of way, which is not in a good way. So I know that basically creating visual content, creating visual content that has creating visual content that has creating visual content that has a positive role is very important as a motivational speaker. Which, okay, I'm creating, my page is about motivations, about creating things that that will come up in a positive, on the positive side. So that's very, very, very important too. So your picture, whatever it is you're creating, has to speak positivity as a motivational speaker. Same with when I am creating, when my page is about, probably my page is about a business, and I'm trying to sell, I'm selling clothes, and I'm trying to sell clothes. I wouldn't come up and advertise a product which is not uh, friendly to my target audience, or something an outfit that I know that this target audience that I have would not want to relate with this. So that's the actual description of what it means by picture is what so many. So what's the visual impact? Visual impact. So visual impact is the principle of design that helps you carefully plan and organize elements of your visuals that will hold your audience's interest and likely command attention. So your visual impact means you are creating an image, creating a design, a video, an infographic, whatever it is, that has an effect on people, and so that people will actually want to relate with this thing that you're actually pushing out. So that's basically what visual impact is. To create strong visual impact, we need one or more elements within the visual representation that will attract the audience's attention in a split second. Visual content that has strong visible presence becomes the main point of interest. So, for example, I have an image here which shows Adobe Photoshop inside a cup for a cream. So basically, we all know that. I don't know if you've heard the general term when they see an image online where someone edits their picture to an extent that probably you have spots on your face and you take off the spots and you say, that person photoshopped it. No, the person actually didn't Photoshop it. Photoshop is actually a software. So the person actually edited it to, they actually edited it to a way which it becomes spotless. So that is the term Photoshop. So this image here speaks of Photoshop. What does Photoshop do? Photoshop can edit pictures, can create graphics, you can actually even make videos on Photoshop, recent versions of Photoshop. So this image here speaks about, there's a visual impact to this image here, which is speaking about Photoshop being an editing tool. And so normally a cream is supposed to actually help your skin get nourished and get better, clearer, and all that. And you are supposed to look better when you use your cream. So basically, that is Photoshop in a cup, in a container, in a cream container. So the content of the container is the effect that you use to make your things better. So this is an example of an image with visual impact. So creating visuals like this actually will draw the attention of your audience, and probably which will turn out to be you're not just trying to get people to come in contact and interact with your product, but at the same time buy what you're selling, what it is you're bringing to the table. So examples of images with visual impact. So this is another example of images with visual impact. So by here you can see the world with two the eyes. So it basically means that the world is aligned, and whatever we do, you can actually get a lot of meaning from this image. It can be it speaking about okay, look at the world, and its health and its present state, and all that. So you can actually give different meanings to this image. It's just basically telling us that the world is alive. So for the second image, you have a man dressed in corporate and somebody inside that man climbing a hill. Probably a hill might be a taller hill and all that. So the thing is here is, this is somebody going to work actually. So I'm going to work this morning. I'm going to work, and I'm going to work with the feeling of going to do great, with the vibe of I'm going to do very well today, or with the motivation that this is going to be a very, very good day. And that's basically what this is. So creating images like this gives you a very large audience, and people would actually want to interact with what it is you're bringing to the table. I'm like, okay, this page is actually very interesting, and I actually want to come back to that page, and because I'll be looking forward to seeing content coming from that page. So types of content for visual marketing. I spoke about it earlier, so we're going to dive into it now. We have images, we have videos, we have infographics, we have memes, we have presentations, we have screenshots. So I'll be starting with image. So this is an interesting fact about images. So in general, globally, it is said during with your digital marketing that articles with images get 94% more total views. That is to say, if I was creating articles before and didn't have images, you get less interaction than when I create it with images. Secondly, including a photo and a video in a press release increases views by 45%. So this is an interesting fact. 60% of consumers are more likely to consider or contact a business when an image shows up in local search results. So this being said, it's more like this one means that creating a good visual content is not just enough, but is it optimized enough? Is the SEO on it, is it actually good enough? So when for example, when you go on Google and you try to search for something, these are like your images will definitely pop up because they are well optimized, and the SEO on them are actually very strong. So and the next one is, in an e-commerce site, 67% of consumers say the quality of the product image is very important in selecting and purchasing a product. I personally always speak about this. Quality of images is everything. So when you're sourcing out for images, or when you're creating your image, which I believe it's better to create your own image by yourself, so that there will be authenticity behind what it is you are creating. So once they see that your image is actually very good and you can actually look at it, it makes them feel like, okay, I can actually see what they're trying to sell here, so I would interact with it. So basically that. In an online store, customers think that the quality of the product image is more important than product specific information, 63%. A long description, 54%, and rating and reviews, 3%. They're all important. So from the statistics, you can see that the product image, the product image is more important. Yeah, so it's 63%. So that's why it's very, very important to, when you're actually selling your product online, you should actually involve quality image, take good pictures, and so that you know that on the long run, when people come back to your page, they'll see, okay, this page is authentic. Or if somebody refers them to you know that you're addressed, that somebody comes in contact with your product, you will be comfortable with buying it. So images. So it is preferable you use original images or ones taken by you, as this adds much desired personal touch to the digital marketing strategy. When you split up a body of text with some compelling images, people are more inclined to finish reading what you did, provided that the images are open bracket, provided that the images are high quality and contextually relevant. So as I was just saying about from the image facts, whatever things you are creating, I think it's actually best you create your inner images, but then you might not always have the time, and that's why sometimes it's actually good to have a team of people working on your digital marketing strategy. It's not enough that one person can handle just a person. Your business cannot survive on just one person. It has to have ideas. You create images, take pictures. You can actually take pictures with a phone with a very good camera quality, which will actually do you good on the long run, and that. So you take images. You can actually source for images too. There are stock images, but it shouldn't be every time. So that's for images. So for videos, you can actually create your videos. Your videos can be very interesting. You can decide to make them interesting. For example, you are selling a product that has to do with okay, let me go back to cream. Let me use cream as a point of study. So you're selling a cream, and the cream has certain steps to use it. It's not just it's not the type of cream that you can actually just wake up in the morning and just have your bath and put it on your body, and then so then probably this cream has to do with maybe after bath or after bathing, or you have to use it for like 5 hours or 3 hours, and you have to wash your face. So creating how-to videos is very, very important. Also, there's also I don't know if you've heard about doodle videos. You can actually doodle videos is actually a very good tool to show you how to on how to make how to use videos and all that. So you create on this video. So basically, videos are incredibly useful for presenting common problems and then showing the solutions that the product can offer. That's what I just spoke about. While there are cheaper types of visual content, a great video serves as extra clout for your campaign by demonstrating that you are prepared to go the extra mile for quality. So they are looking at you like you're not just posting pictures, you're posting videos too. It means that you actually have time for the business. It means that you're willing to go the extra mile for your clients to see what your product is about. And that alone would inspire people to want to interact with your business and buy from you. And actually, that automatically can also actually turn to sales. So there's a study that shows that including the video on your landing page increases conversions by 86%. So on your landing page, you are running an ad, probably you're running an ad for a product, and you send and there's a link to it, and you click on that link, which is meant to be a landing page, and the first thing you see is video. Most times when you're on most apps on your phone these days, some of those apps that have ads, you find out that probably when you're trying to do something on it and you've not paid, probably there's those ads will tell you, those apps will tell you pay so amount so that you won't see these ads anymore. But if you are the type of person that doesn't want to pay for these ads and you don't mind watching ads to get your things done on a certain app, you'll find out that once you click on those links, you see some videos that will pop up. And most of the time, when you're on those apps and you come across videos, you find out that sometimes you actually get to interact with those videos because they interest you. It's basically what not all of them, but some of them will actually interest you because maybe it's what you're looking for to get. Probably maybe you're looking for a phone and you've searched it on your browser. Then there's an AI tech that can actually work around your phone and share ads with you. So that's another topic for another day. So that's basically what I'm trying to say. So videos. So once you're running ads and you're running visual ads and you're posting videos, it actually interests people. So then we have infographics. Infographics are an excellent tool for completing all of the complex data and statistics and converting them into a compelling, easily intelligible visual display. So that is to say, you might have information, statistics about your business that you want to share, and you don't know how to. Probably maybe there might be a lot, and you want to put them in a certain way to present to your client so that they would see that this is what it is that your brand has been achieving, or the kind of business you are into. This is the kind of result it brings. So it might not be exactly your product, but then it might be the kind of business that you're into, and you might want to just share statistics, and you might want to share data. For example, the stats I shared earlier, if I wanted to put in the infographics, I would have just done something that would make it interesting. So basically, that's what infographics is, and it's actually very good for promotional endeavors. Like I said, accompanied by diligent promotional endeavors, infographics can become an integral part of your content marketing strategy. And that is to say, it's not enough that you're just going to create infographics. Your infographics are they catchy enough? Because we're speaking about the visual impact of digital marketing. So whatever it is that it is you're putting in your infographics, is it catchy enough? Are the visuals nice? Are your fonts okay? Is the color mixture okay? It's everything. Is the accuracy. Then another thing is the accuracy of your information. Is the accuracy, right? Because like I said earlier, authenticity is very important when you're dealing with digital marketing, because I can't come up for example, I'm just trying to look for uh, uh, just any example. I can't just come and say Arsenal has won Champions League before, and I post it on my social media, on my digital marketing channels, on my social media channels. Then I would actually get a backlash of, I don't know what I'm saying, because it's actually not true. That's never happened. That has never happened before. So we can actually post that Arsenal has won um, Champions League before. So it's that's a totally wrong information. So it's actually very good for you to accompany whatever it is with authenticity. Do your research. And another thing again is this same infographics. Bloggers love it. Bloggers love infographics, especially when it is accurate. So once they see the accuracy in your infographics, there's a tendency to share. And when they share, more people would actually interact with what it is you are actually bringing to the table. So once they share, people will come from publicity, more publicity for you. Different people will come. You get clients from all over. It might be an increase in growth in your increase in growth in your audience and all that. So that's for infographics. For memes, so this might not actually work for every business, depending on kind of business it is you're looking to promote. But once in a while, it's actually very fun to put this up, so that they would not know that, so they'll have that human feel. So memes are images with capacity to assume different meanings from person to person. Memes are commonly known as images that are accompanied by humorous captions. Creating your own meme is a very great way to evoke positive emotions and set yourself apart from competitors. So I don't know if I can use this as an example. So for example, we have people like Sterling Bank that are always trying to be controversial with things that they don't actually create memes too, but then they actually set themselves aside from the computers because of their presence online. So you can actually create your memes around your brand. So your memes can be talking about, oh, this is okay. Your brand is selling food, and it's a food brand, and you can actually create memes that that align with your food sales. So it can be something about somebody eating, and there's a write up about it. But then, like I said, this actually doesn't apply to every brand. It can't really apply to every brand. It can apply to every brand, but it can be minimal. But then there's some brands that can actually use it as they choose to, and there are some brands that can't actually use it just like that, because depending on what it is they're actually pushing out. So from there, we'll go to presentations. So presentations are, you might have, presentations are graphically representing bulky information via presentation or carousel format. It's globally accepted across many digital channels. Graphically representing bulky information via presentation or carousel format is globally accepted. It's globally accepted across many digital channels. Sorry, I'm reading that. Trying to confuse you. So this is to say that I may have an article that I want to put out on my social media channels, or probably I want to put them on Google My Business or something, and there's no way I can just come up and start writing this whole thing in my account space. So I want to now make it. I want to make it very communicable, so that it'll be actually easy for you to relate to. So it's too lengthy, so I want to break it down. So then you come up with creating visuals. This can actually go as infographics as well. But then it can't apply in infographics because if you're going to do that in infographics, information might be too much, so it will not apply. So that's why presentations come up, which is also carousel formats, which we have on, you can have, applies to LinkedIn, it applies to Facebook, it applies to Instagram, it applies to on Twitter. Twitter is not that friendly with that because you have to create a thread when it comes to creating images. It takes like 4 images per tweet. Highest you can use 4 images per tweet. But then you can create your image, your presentations, and then there should be a uniformity. And your presentation should be catchy enough. I should want to relate with what you are presenting to me or what I'm reading. So this goes to say that presentations, a great presentation allows you to inform and communicate with your audience, no matter what device they are using. So I'm on my phone, I'm on my laptop, I'm wherever, on my tab, I can easily swipe and understand what it is you're trying to speak to me. Presentations serve as a similar function to infographics, with a large focus on attractive design and color, thereby drawing the reader into the text. That's what I just spoke about. So it's basically trying to do something that would make people want to actually come in contact with what it is you are creating. So that's basically what presentations are. So it's advisable for you to actually create this on if you create content that are just, if your brand is about, if your business brand is just about you like to post one thing per day or something, once in a while it's actually very good to do things in presentations. The presentations can be how to use, it can be another option for the videos, which you can how to use and how to do these things and all that. So that's presentation. Screenshots. Now this for screenshots, there are different types of screenshots actually. So it can be screenshots on how to use, like I still said for presentations, but that's not the same because this are not actually designing anything when it comes to screenshots. You're just actually, okay, now I want to show you how to navigate on my website to show you where to register for our webinar. So I can do a screenshot of the homepage with an arrow on it. This is where to click. Another screenshot of the button to click. Another screenshot there and there till you get to the point. So that with a screenshot, you can provide your audience with a glimpse into the inner workings of the product or services. So that's exactly what I just spoke about. You can actually apply to any product entirely. It can be about about cream. I spoke about cream earlier. I spoke about can be basically anything on how to do your product. And every product has, I believe almost every product has how to use, or some of them already have it at the back of the product. But then put on your social media and people by social media and digital marketing channels, it might interest people. So you can show what services and functions you offer from a direct perspective. You can even combine your screenshot with some marketing copy or testimonial to boost your credibility. So for this, I wouldn't say not all businesses will actually go that to that route of trying to show people how far they've gone with a particular brand. So I think this goes to say that it's not every brand that would actually go and start screenshotting what the client said. It's actually very good for your brand. You can actually put that on your web page. So therefore, for example, I'm trying to look for a perfect example for this. We wouldn't see the Rolls-Royce brand trying to put a screenshot of what their client said, because they've gone beyond that scene of okay, let's see what our clients are saying so that it's a boost for market. They already have their market. There's already a credibility around the world because they're actually very big. But it still doesn't mean that when you go on their webpage, you wouldn't see this. You wouldn't see all this important information from. They might be and all that. So you can also incorporate screenshots into your infographics. Funny enough, you can actually put your screenshots too in your. You can actually put your screenshots too in your presentations and infographics. So, and then if you're starting your business is not too big and you're trying to start it up newly, you can actually just put up a screenshot from clients to back up your claim. But this goes to say it shouldn't be every time, so it shouldn't make you look desperate on the long run. So I can't be posting screenshots of testimonials from people every time. It gets to a point where people actually start doubting that that those people are actual clients. So that's for that. So for that, it's actually good to make your screenshots minimal for whatever business you're actually pushing. So from there, we'll be going to visual content in social media marketing. So in as much as a lot of people wouldn't, I don't know, a lot of people don't actually think that, except for a lot of digital marketers and people that already know about digital marketing, social media marketing is actually very, very important. It's actually a very key and a strong part of digital marketing. And that's what we'll be speaking about. So the visual content in social media marketing. So social media plays a major role in digital marketing today. Businesses leverage on social media platforms to target specific audiences and deliver high quality content to a large number of people at the same time. That way, marketers can effectively promote their businesses as well as their products and services. So that is to say, there are some interesting facts I would like to share about social media marketing. About social media entirely. For a fact, there is every day there's a statistics that says about 140 million tweets go out daily. Every day, we have about 140 million tweets going out into the world every day, and that is to say that it's very important that people use those channels. Then there's also the fact that across all over social media platforms, over 2 million videos are posted. Over 2 million videos are posted daily. Over 2 million videos are posted daily across your LinkedIn, across your Pinterest, across Tumblr, across over 2 million videos are posted daily. Then there is over 1.5 billion individual content pieces that is out every day. So virtually you are saying that almost 30% of the world are actually very active on social media, which is to say those are the ones that are active. Some people don't actually just post anything online. I, for one, my personal page, if it's not a brand page, I wouldn't be working on it every day. My personal page, I don't post often. So but then there are people that post. We have 1.5 billion users posting content every day. For a fact, across all social media channels. So now for social media visual content in social media marketing, we have people preferring visuals. So online consumers can retain only 10 to 20% of the information they read or hear about. But once that information is paired with visual elements, the information they retain suddenly goes up to 65%. At any given time, the human brain can only process a very limited amount of information. And that goes out to say that the theory and the practical aspect of everything that we do. So if you teach me something and you're just talking me through it throughout the process, I can imagine what it is you're talking about, but there's a chance that I might forget it if I don't practice it or if I don't see what you're talking about. It's just my imagination. I can just, oh, okay, I've actually thought about this thing, and then it's not coming up to my mind. I'm not actually thinking about, really thinking about it again. But when once there's a visual to it, and not just a visual, like I said earlier, your whatever visual you're creating has to have an impact, a visual impact. You can't just be posting things that people would actually definitely see every day. And you can actually post, sometimes you can actually post a common picture or a common image, but then what is your caption? Is the caption wow? So then this is to say that I'm processing that information, and information also aligns with text and all that. So engage your audience with videos. So video is one of the most important visual aspects used in visual content marketing today. The online audiences prefers watching videos rather than reading plain text. Consumers will rather watch a video about a product various times than read about it once. 190% of consumers think that watching a product video is very helpful in making a purchase decision. So so this is to say that you can see it's saying that consumers will rather watch a video about a product various times than read about it once. That's to say that a lot of people do not like to read. This is actually the bitter truth. So once there's a video that accompanies whatever you are saying, it actually catches their attention, and they want to actually interact with what it is. Okay, let me see what this is. And then not just any type of video. Your video has to be captivating. Yeah. So there's another interesting statistics about engaging audience with videos. On Facebook alone, 8 billion videos are watched per day, like globally on Facebook, only on Facebook. So imagine you have imagine you have a video that is standing out, a video that can encourage people to want to share, and once they share, it gets to their friends. And this goes as far as you might just think, oh, they're just sharing it, but then once they share it, it gets to particular, it might get to a particular client, and the client will be like, or the particular target audience will just contact you and be like, I saw your video here, what do you do, and all that, and they will be interested in it. So always creating a good video is actually very important. So engage your audience in videos, and interesting videos that want to make them watch again and all that. Interesting videos. So increasing views. Your social media content will generate 94% more views if it contains visual elements, which proves that people prefer to engage with content that is both informative and pleasing to the eye. This can prove invaluable, especially if you want to deliver a well-tailored message to your audience and ensure your message has reached your audience accordingly. So I think this still has something to do with this is not just videos, it's everything entirely. So you generate more views when your visual element stands out. So your visual element has to, like I've been saying before over and over again, it has to have an impact, a solid impact. You have to work on the impact. And if you cannot create this impact, you can share ideas with your team, or with the digital marketing team that you're working with, or that's handling your brand, and they would then come up with ideas that would then give a well-tailored message to people, to your audience, that aligns with your visual element and that makes total sense. So from that, we have boosting engagement. So great visual content included in your social media campaign can generate more engagement, such as comments, likes, and shares, which also translates to increase in brand awareness. And brand awareness automatically means that you are also brand awareness automatically means that people are getting to know your brand, and definitely out of 100%, at least you are at least like 10 to 20% would engage you and want to know and probably buy from you. And I think that's a good start. So according to research, your content can experience a 47% increase in engagement if it is optimized with compelling visuals. Optimization of your visuals, which I spoke about earlier on. What are you doing to push up your visuals? Are you running ads? Are you running valid ads? Are your ads effective? Are you getting your target audience? Are you selecting the people that have interest in this particular product? But because, for example, I can actually decide to run an ad, and if you run an ad and you don't have a reasonable target audience, it can turn out to be a huge mess. So, for example, I'm trying to, I'm looking for a perfect example of what I want to advertise. So I'm trying to advertise a hotel. Now, this hotel, I go to my social media channels and I'm trying to run an ad. Then I don't pick interests, because when you're selecting these things, you also have to select interests. Generally, most people would actually use hotels probably when they're tired or they're somewhere close by, or they can't go home for the night and they're looking for where to sleep and all that. But then at the same time, there's a level of interest of people that actually use these things. People that travel a lot, people that travel from state to state on job, country from one country to another country to for a business trip, and they're looking for where to stay for the night. So, for example, I don't select interest. I just select age and age bracket. I select age bracket. I select probably gender and all that. But then I don't select interest. My engagement might turn out to be a mess, because I am not engaging with the people that I'm not totally people that might have interest will also be in will also get my ads. But then it's on a wide range of people that are not interested and people that are interested. Why not narrow it down to people that are interested? And instead of being scared that let me run this my ad in Nigeria alone, because my hotel is in Nigeria, so let me not run an ad that puts people out. So how about you putting your, you can actually narrow down your interest of people, or hospitality and all that. And then you can actually select people outside Nigeria, because people travel from other countries to Nigeria. And same time, the way Nigerians leave Nigeria on the daily, people come to Nigeria on the daily. So I might come to Nigeria today, I might not be from Nigeria, I come to Nigeria, and I'm looking for a good place to lay my head for the night. So I come up with, and I come across, I check my device, and I come up with, and I see a hotel online with their ads, and it looks good, and their content is, like I said, their visual content stands out. So I'm interested in it, and I book a room and all that, and that's the the plus of boosting your engagement with a good visual content. So from there, we'll be going to 7 best practices for visual marketing on social media. So we're going to be speaking about the kind of practices that you should do to make your visual marketing a success on social media. So from there, I'll go. So the first one will be involve your audience, align your visual with your textual, be consistent, not repetitive, incorporate humor, minimal use of stock images, use clear calls to action, A/B test your visual strategy. So from there, we'll be going to involving your audience. So working on getting your audience involved through interactive content. This can be quite great for increasing engagement. With a few simple tools, you can turn almost any lengthy post into an intriguing and interactive quiz, contest, and even a carousel. So I can come up with, for example, there's an image here which this is for a brand. This brand, they're stating Hg is a chemical symbol of its element. This is more like I'm trying to involve my audience. I'm trying to make them feel like, yes, we know that you are here. So interact with us. Let us talk to you. Let us hear from you. Let us see what you think. Let us hear what you think. And this is just one image. There are different kind of involvement for your audience. It can be throwback pictures. It can be, what would you like to see from us? What would you like to see about our brand? It can be, there's a whole different things that you can actually do. But then this increases your relationships with your audience. So that goes to the second paragraph. It says that beyond their aesthetic appeal, Interactive content pieces help to strengthen your audience relationships in the long term. The audience feels more involved and draws closer to your brand. So they feel like they know you. They don't actually, they've not seen, they might have not seen the person behind the brand, or the people, the faces of the people, or the staffs of behind the brand, but then they feel involved because you're always carrying them along, and that alone increases interaction. And this goes to an advantage for blogs. A lot of blogs online, like Instablog and all that, they deal with anything basically. So they can just wake up this morning and just post about news and all that, and get people interacting. But then, as a business, you shouldn't be all about your business. You might get boring. Trust me. And if it gets boring, people would actually might just want to lay back, and they're not looking forward to what you're going to post next, because what you're posting on daily is all about your brand, all about your brand. Your pictures can be impactful and all that, but then they should be involved. They want to feel involved. They want to. There has to be that human feeling that yes, it's a human being that is behind the brand and it's not automated. So the next is align your visual with your textual. So if you look at the image beside this, there's an image of people smiling, two sets of people smiling. These are two different posts on Instagram. So one says this is a product that sells cashews. So now there are three different kinds of cashews, if you can see from the image, and there are they have three different kinds of colors. And now the three different kinds of colors are the orange, the green, and the red. And then they all represent something. So one is ginger spice, one is caramelized cinnamon, and the suya spiced, and all that. So then they all represent happiness. All these people are happy because they've had a taste of this brand. So this would actually want to make, okay, this is actually nice. You might know that you basically as your target audience, as looking from the perspective of an audience. Now I might come there as as somebody who's visiting the page and see that, okay, this might just be an ad, but at the same time it might just be an ad of people smiling. It might not be as good as they're making it look, but then because there's a story to it with the color functions and all that, you want to interact with it and probably even get to order. Same with the second image with the women pointing at the colors. Now these colors represent more like a drip of the flavors of these three brands. And look, it's always the brand name season. Make your day pop with any of these awesome flavors. So this goes to say, get these products, and this is what you are going to. This is how you're going to feel. You're going to feel very. You're going to be in a very good mood. So for visual marketing to be effective, it needs to add value to existing information. In other words, the visual should complement the textual and not the other way around. So, like I just said, your visual should complement the textual. So you should go hand in hand, and at the same time, you shouldn't be posting A and your text to be B. So you can use images, infographics, pie charts, and a whole lot of other visual elements to support and guide the audience through facts being stated. So it's always very important to align your visual with your textual. So the next two would be consistent, not repetitive. Consistency is the backbone of visual marketing. The problem with consistency is that it might force you to become repetitive. Build a visual strategy where you constantly experiment with a variety of content types to drive out repetition. So, like I said earlier about involving your audience, that's one idea. In as much as there should be a consistent look to your brand, so that I wouldn't come to your page and be confused. There should also be a good content, and you should be consistent. Be consistent with your good content, but you should still maintain a uniform color theme for a visual post. But what is important is that you get creative with your suitable type of content. So your content, you're coming up with different content every day. I know this can be very challenging. And another thing about consistency is that it might force you to be repetitive, like I said, like it said in the text here. So that was to say you can actually try to experiment on new ideas. Make sure you have a pattern to how you post, to how you create your content on social media. You can actually have a particular pattern from Monday to Tuesday from Monday to Sunday, sorry, and then you can also have a pattern from for a month. It can be, let's do this pattern for this month, and then that doesn't stop you from incorporating the occasional, or you have occasional events that come up. That doesn't stop you from actually engaging with those. So you can actually create your strategy for a month and, okay, let's go with this pattern every month. But doesn't stop you from bringing in new ideas while it goes on. You can actually create a strategy, and along the line later on, you can actually come up with something new, and boom, you add it to your strategy. And so it's very good to be consistent, so that you know that somebody is there. I can't post today and post next week. Then I want my contacts to always interact with me. I'm running a business. I'm not running a personal page, or I'm not running a page that has friends. So I have to be consistent. That they have to know that there's a presence there. So this goes to say that your social media marketing is actually very, very important, and you need to be consistent and not repetitive. So the next one will be incorporate humor. So incorporating the element of visual humor is a good way to draw attention to your marketing strategy. Nevertheless, it needs to be tactful and in line with your professional image. Flooding your audience with visual information is not an effective long-term solution. So like I said earlier on, if you are too serious, if your brand is just about and just strictly about your brand, it can get hard. You need to involve people, make people laugh, make people know that yes, this is a human being that's actually managing this page, not just it can be a team of people anyway. So it's not, it's like you said, it's not but at the same time it should be in line with your brand. So I can be speaking about my brand, how my brand is the best, and I can look for a way. I can involve, you can decide to involve influencers, comedians. We have a lot of comedians on social media these days. You can actually get their services and work with them and incorporate your brand in their adverts or in their skits, and then you find out that in as much as people are laughing, they're also trying to buy from you. So tickling your audience's funny bone may be an effective strategy to make them come back for more, and this helps your brand by making them laugh, yet making them buy. So that's what I just said. So you are making them laugh at the same time. They're actually looking forward to come to your page next time to come and see something very exciting. Or not, they know it's not every time, definitely. They know you're about your brand. But then the fact that you actually made them laugh all certain time, increase your views, and then this also leads to people sharing your content. And if, for example, I said you are actually giving your imagine you gave this your idea to an influencer, a comedian online, and he shared it. Now you're also getting clients from that end. You're getting clients from this end. People are also sharing your content because of that person who made that content about your brand. So it's very important to incorporate humor in your visual marketing, your visual content, your social media marketing. Minimal use of stock images. Connecting with your audience on a deeper level is important. Minimal use of stock images will help achieve that by placing most of them in less generic or even original photos and videos. So now, this goes to say, I know that there are a lot of stock images online where you can pay and get very good high quality images. But then, there's a beauty in creating, there's a beauty in the originality. And this goes to say you can actually have a brand, and this is my brand. I don't want to just want to keep getting images online about it. So how about I I recruit models. I get myself media support, and we come and create. We create images. It can be a whole lot of work, trust me. But then it's very fruitful on the long run. Sorry, what am I saying? So then you have to reduce the amount of stock images you create. So that would help your authenticity. So they'll know that this is your image. You created this image, so that they know that they wouldn't see this image anywhere else. I would not create an image with me holding a snack, my company snack, and definitely that image will be in another on another company's page. They might do it, but then there's copyright issues, and I can actually sue them for using my image. They can actually even take out the image, because there are a lot of people that can actually do manipulations, and I might create an image with me holding a product, and they can remove the product, and then they would then that's a problem for them. And if you do that, so it can be a problem for you if you take somebody's image, and probably the image is speaking about your brand, and you take off that brand off their hand and put your own brand in, like anything and manipulating it with your graphic artist. That can turn out to be can yield a negative result by them suing you and all that. So take the time to rethink the meaning behind your content. One simple yet underused practice, which can easily be transferred into something visual, is creating an analogy. So you are thinking outside of the box. You are looking at what can actually be different, what is not new. Although, like they said, no idea is original. Like, no, there's nothing new under the sun. But then there is new ways for it to be done, a whole new way, and it goes as far as if you create this content, it can be so good that it will feel like it has never been seen. Or actually, you can create images that has never been seen, but then the idea somewhere, you actually thought of something from somewhere, or something inspired you. Like I said about visual perception, it's because you've experienced something before. That's why you can see an image now and immediately have an educated guess to what this is and all that. So the minimal use of stock images would be very good for a brand long term. And so the next one is using clear calls to action. So visual content alone boosts your online presence, but when it's accompanied with a solid and emotive CTA, which is call to action, the same visual content does a lot more to grab your audience's attention. So you have images, and I can just post an image, and I'm not really saying anything under the image. I can just say, okay, get a taste of our healthy snack, but that's where it ends. So, but then call to action is example of call to action is click on the link below to order yours, or try this and try this taste of awesomeness, or something that has to do with it's more like you're calling them to take this action. You're telling them it's safe to take this action. It applies to, it can be on Facebook, can be anywhere. So this is an image. So get your 25% off coupon here. Get it now, buy now, get your free ebook, share, update, tweet, and all these things. Sign up today and get 50%. So this now would interest people to sign up today and get 50% off your subscription to XYZ magazine. So now this would, apart from the image that you're using, I know, yeah, your image might be catchy, might be very catchy and all that, but then is it calling people to actually do what you want them to do? Are they really trying to relate with your brand? So this is very important for your brand. So you have to make them want to keep in touch and click on your links and all that. So that's what using call to action is. So writing a strong call to action includes some of the following steps. Start your CTA with a command verb such as order, like I said, subscribe and find out. Now another thing is give your audience a reason to take action. So you are giving them a reason to take action, which is they've seen the visuals and they've seen how good it looks. So now they want to take action because they've seen what it is. Take advantage of people's fear of missing out. So that's to say, you can say, do you know you can lose 5 pounds within 3 weeks? Click the link below to find out. So I'm telling you that you can actually lose 5 pounds, but then I'm not giving you the whole detail. So I'm expecting you to click that link so that I would have you. I'm encouraging you to take action so that you know what I'm speaking about. So it can be a link to something wider, it can be a link to a web page or a link to something that you should buy. I'm trying to. So the article can involve. The article can now involve me speaking about the brand, and then the link on where to buy and all that. So that's taking the advantage of people's fear of missing out. Be creative, always be creative. Do not do what has been done before, or try to make yours fun, or just make it fun. Basically, that's what I'm trying to just make it different. It shouldn't be your regular. It shouldn't be something that I see every day. So now, demonstrate enthusiasm and emotional response. So you create this your call to action. You create your call to action content with something that is positive. You should always speak. It should always speak positivity. That's the truth about you wanting to sell your business. You should also always speak about something that is going to give a positive response and an emotional response as well. So you know that as I'm doing this thing, it can be a picture of a father and child and all that, and then you know that somebody is excited about that, or somebody's looking forward to having that moment and they want to actually click on what it is they're talking about. So that's about call to action. Now, A/B test your visual strategy. I know this is actually what is done for emails, for email marketing. Most times they send most of them they send out most email marketing strategies send out. You can send out about 2 if you want to test if you want to do this test. You can send out 2, and one might involve a different kind of content, and the other one can involve a different kind of content. And you're doing that not because you just want to post 2 different kinds of content. You want to see which one is bringing out more results. So run A/B test for your visuals on social media to improve engagement and conversion rates. When it comes to A/B testing your visuals, the options are similarly endless. Sorry, the options are similarly endless. So take it step by step, whether it's image, video, or CTA. For example, post with image versus post with video. So I'm going to create a particular content, and my content is speaking about signing up for a seminar, and one of the contents is an image, the other one is for a video. So then you create two content, post it out, possibly you run ads on them, and then you sit down and you study, you do a background check on what it's on the results that they've yielded so far. Then whichever one goes well for you, if it's A or if it's B, then you go with that, and that's your results. Stock image versus original image. You also compare this. Anytime you use your stock image, anytime you use your original image, what results do you get? Do people get to realize that this is stock image you're using is actually on the regular or your original photo? So you test these 2 images too and use it for whatever it is you want to use. If it's you're trying to design something, or you're trying to just use image and all that. Also, another thing is short video versus long video. Another thing you should consider here is a lot of people might get tired once the video is above 1 minute, but then you can't really say. You have to just try it. So you can test a short video with long video, and long video sometimes. The truth is, some long videos sometimes, some of them are actually involve information that can be quickly summarized in a few words, but then you make it a long video and all that. So you can do this too and compare, and you can also try this call to action link of download now versus try this. So that's what applies. You can try these two options as well. So that's for A/B testing your visual strategy. So from that, we'll be going to tools for visual content creation. So when it comes to visual content creation, there are a lot of tools. It's a very wide range. We even have mobile apps that we can actually use to create content, web pages that can use to create content, and all that. So I'll be sharing a few of them that I know with you now. So we have, as far as visual content creation goes, getting the right tools and attaining the right skills for creating powerful marketing visuals to enchant your audience and boost ROI is most important. They include platforms where you can get high resolution images. This may include online and offline digital channels and softwares. So I know getting the right tools and attaining the right skills now, I know it might be difficult for a lot of people, because I know a lot of digital marketers are not really graphics designing inclined and all that. So then you can actually, that's why it's important to have a team, not just one person. If you're going to if you want to yield results, you have to have a team of people that are working on different aspects. You can actually be one person and have all these skills, but then on the long run, it can be draining, because then you can have issues with creativity. So then that's where it goes to video editing tools. So the video editing tools, there's InShot. It's a video and image editing app for mobile users only. Actually, InShot is actually for mobile users only. But the reason why I actually put InShot here is because it's actually a very powerful app. It's for phone. It's for your phone. But then if you've gone through a lot of, I just think it's something that you can actually sit down, take time, and study InShot. InShot is actually very easy to use for editing images. The images might not be too technical, anyways, that's the truth. But for video editing, it helps. It goes a very long way. You can create images, but then there's a problem of there are a lot of plugins that you can download on InShot. So you would want to buy them. So that you wouldn't use the one that is just that was reinstalled before you downloaded it. So there are new plugins on InShot that you can actually edit, and you can actually remove the watermark too. So it's very interesting. It's a very, very, very interesting software. Quick tool for video editing. Quick has a mobile and laptop desktop version. And Quick is a very, very good video editing tool, because you can actually just select loads of images. You can select 50, you can select 100, and you post it on Quick. And Quick will just, the AI of Quick will just select it and make it align with your soundtrack. It's going to make your visuals pop. It's going to give your visuals different effects, and it has loads of effects. And also, it also has extra plugins so that you can actually buy. Lumen 5 too is very easy. I think Lumen 5 is the easiest of the ones I've even called so far. You can actually create any video. You can visit Lumen. You can go through Lumen and see that it's actually a very one very easy platform to actually learn how to edit videos. Then Canva. I'm sure a lot of people are used to Canva. Canva is basically everywhere right now. Canva has reduced the need of people to try to learn what Photoshop is and all that. So now Canva is a web-based, and it's a web-based designing tool. It's also a mobile. It also has a mobile version. On Canva, you can edit videos, you can create images, and edit videos. And they have templates there ready for you to use, and you can actually create yours too. So Canva is another powerful tool. Adobe Premiere Pro. This is Adobe Premiere Pro is easy to use, but then it might be a bit difficult for somebody who is not familiar with Adobe packages. So you can edit videos on Adobe Premiere. It's very simple too. You can also install plugins online and get new transition on how to transition from a video from one video to another video. Well, the only problem with Adobe Premiere is if you're looking at if you want to create a video like right now, an image right now, Adobe Premiere Pro is not that tool because it takes a while to render the videos. So it might take 1 hour to render the video, depending on the capacity of your system. Now Photoshop too is I know a lot of people actually think that Photoshop is just for designing, but no, you can actually create videos on Photoshop. But ever since the CC version came out, you can create videos on Photoshop, short videos. You can even animate the text and on Photoshop. It's actually very interesting and very easy to use. That's if you know the basics of Photoshop. Then Design Wizard, also a web-based designing tool, which you can design videos. It's almost like Canva, or basically like Canva. So those are the video editing tools. So infographics, I'm talking about two only. There's Infogram and there's PictoChat, where you can just go. If you don't want to start stressing yourself to go on these designing tools that I just mentioned. Some of them that I just mentioned, which they design. You can actually just come here and create your infographics and select your colors. It's easy. Though you have to pay, there are some of them that you have to pay for. Some of them are not free. But then they're very, very easy to use, and you can actually download the images too. After creating them there, you can download them for use and even incorporate them in your other designs. So now your graphic designing tool. So there is Canva, which I talked about before. You can create, there are tons of templates on Canva. There are thousands of templates on that. People upload to, designers upload to. You can just go there, get a design idea. But then, the problem with templates that I have is you are going to, you can get those templates and it might seem like it's going to be interesting, but then what if you see that same design used by somebody else? So that's why it's always advisable to create your designs yourself. Same with Design Wizard and Snapper. They basically do the same thing that Canva does, but only that Canva is more popular. Design Wizard is very good too. Then you have Illustrator, vector graphics editor. So you can draw here. You can create icons on Illustrator. The beautiful thing about Illustrator is that your image, no matter how you create your image, it can never be pixelated. It's always very, very, very clear. It has that very strong strength. So but then it's not everybody that is actually friendly with Illustrator. So you might just want to get a graphics artist to help you with that. Photoshop too goes here, but I don't know how I missed that. So now we have image and video sourcing tools. FreePic is very, very wide. You can get a lot of things on FreePic, images, your images, videos. You can get design files, you can get icons, you can get vectors, and these videos are most of the videos are paid for. You have a limited, if you are a free user on FreePic, you have a limited amount of content you can download per day. So it's better for you to actually have a paid account so you can actually get whatever you need whenever you need. So Flaticon. So Flaticon is basically for icons, stickers, interface. You can get an interface. You can try to get an idea for an interface for something. The stickers, that's a very good place to get all this. It's actually free to an extent until you have to pay for something. Then these are mostly totally free stock image places because you can actually get unlimited images from them. But then you might see some that you really be interested in, and then you have to pay for it. So there's Pixels. Pixels is actually totally free, except you get to see adverts on iStock on it. So you might see better images when you search for an image on Pixels. You might search for an image, you see a lot of good images, they might be good enough, but then you now see an option for iStock on it, which tells you to buy from iStock and all that. So it goes to say iStock has a partnership with Pixels. Pixabay, same thing. Unsplash, the same thing. PicWizard, the same thing. PicJumbo, the same thing. They all have paid and free images and videos. But then the good thing about them, unlike FreePic, theirs is unlimited. You can download as much. You can download 1,000 a day. That's your problem. They're all free. They're just there. And just do whatever you want to do with it. You have access to it. Then the Shutterstock. Shutterstock is very strict with their premium images and videos, templates, 3D models. You buy it from them. Same thing with Adobe Stock, which is iStock actually. So you can actually get your premium images and videos, your templates, your vector arts, restriction fonts, audio. There are a lot. You can get basically everything. And Pinterest. Pinterest is basically our advice you use it for ideas. You get it because the images there are owned by people, and it's just there to share their ideas and all that. So you can get, it's a very good place for inspiration if you want to create something out of the box, and if you're stuck with an idea and you want to think of something outside the box, Pinterest is that place for you. So meme creation tools, we have ImageMore and Meme Creator. This ImageMore is very, very simple. Just go there. You can use an image on the platform, on the website, or you can use the one from your system. So that being said, these are all the tools for content creation. It's good to have this discussion with all of you, and so by now we've come to the end of today's webinar, and if there are any questions, please, I'm open to them.
I have a question, a clarification. So I go to some posts on Instagram, and you see them at the carousel on their Instagram page. You know, the 3 carousel. One has images, one has posts, and one has maybe an illustration, right? Is there any effect to your visual impartation on that page, right?
I think that question again. Sorry, is there any
impact? Like, what effect does it make? Like, you go to some pages, their page has like a formatting, like the left side has images of the product, the middle page has maybe a post, just content. Then maybe the right hand side has maybe a screenshot of the views or something, right? And when you scroll down through that page, that's the formatting they use in posting on that page, right? Is there any effect that actually impacting that page or that business page? Is there any advantage doing that?
Yes, I think personally I feel there's an advantage. Basically, we have a lot of pages doing that, and the beauty about that is because, like you said, your example was Instagram, right? So we are going to Instagram now. So you come to Instagram, you come to a page, and you see that page. Then it's pleasing to the eyes. If you come to a page and the contents are scattered, they're not aligned properly, they're just everywhere, the chance of you going back is about 80%. Even if the images are very beautiful, there's a chance of you going back because it looks like it's too much. But what a pattern does for a page is that it makes it very simple. It makes it look like okay, let me just click on this and easily see this. So it can be a pattern. I don't know how to explain this because there's no image yet for me to explain that. So now you have you come to an Instagram page, there's one particular post here. The post here is a graphics. Then the images of people here. So, and the other one is an image of under graphics with images of people here and here. Continuously like that. I can easily track if I saw a post that I like, if I saw a content that I actually like, and I saw it yesterday, and I want to show somebody, or I want to say, okay, this is this thing, you should buy this. I can easily scroll down to that point, that section where that graphic says a certain thing, or there's a highlight to that graphic, there's a name of that graphic that says maybe clothes, and there are clothes here, shoes, there are shoes here, caps, there are caps here. So you can easily click on caps now and say, okay, look at the image here. So that's the beauty of having a pattern to your page, so that it wouldn't look bulky. And also too, it's actually very good to have a border around your post, kind of a border. But then if you don't have a border, your designs too can have a beauty that connects one of your image to the other. So which makes it actually very, Nice. So I hope that answers your question.
It does. Thank you. So we have a question here for you. Adiola Saka is asking where you can get Nigerian memes. Yes. I think he finds them more engaging. Do you know where any store where we can get more of Nigerian memes?
No, not the idea is not to get Nigerian memes. The idea is to create your own memes. That's what I mean by incorporating your memes. So your memes should be, that's why you need a digital marketing team to actually come up with something creative, so that your meme will not be something that somebody has seen before. So you come up with ideas, something fun. So you create your meme. So I spoke about two creations for memes. So you can actually visit those web pages, then drag your image, look for images, take your pictures, and get people to use it. So we have a lot of people that do that on social media. There's Twitter where people create different things. So you can actually engage people with this and engage your digital marketing team. Okay, let us create something, a meme around this brand that aligns with the brand. So there's actually no particular place to create Nigerian memes that I know of, but then you can create your memes yourself, which would be fun. There's another question. Sorry, I hope that sorry. Adiola Saka, please, I hope that answers the question.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Which social media app is most effective to promote your real estate? I think every social media brand is effective, but I'll be leaving out, if you ask me, I'll be leaving out Pinterest. Google My Business is very good. Google My Business is good. Instagram is a very good place too. Facebook too is a very good place. LinkedIn too is a very good place. Although I will not advise you post frequently on LinkedIn when it comes to your real estate brand. So I hope that answers that question before I answer your second question. Hello, look at me. So now you said your brand is focused on promoting ICT in schools. I find it difficult to get ideas in order to engage. So that goes to say, that's why I spoke about getting a digital marketing team. It's not enough for one person to actually come up with these ideas. You have to engage people, and you can create ideas, then share with people, and somebody else can have a deeper in-depth to what you're speaking about and bring up something from it. I have created content before where I share with someone and the person will actually add their touch to it, and then it becomes better. I'm like, oh, why didn't I see this? But this person saw this. So it's actually good to, like they always say, two heads is better than one. So it's always very good. You can come up with, we are talking about your ICT. So what is your ICT? What does your ICT offer? Now, pick out what it offers, outline them, and when you outline them, then also after outlining them, also break down what kind of content you can create from each of them. Okay, I have five content for. I have like five, and there are 5 of them for ICT in schools, and probably it's something that they don't do regularly in Nigeria. So you want to now incorporate ideas for each of them. Now, all these things I spoke about, infographics, memes, presentations, might not apply to all of them, and apply to all of them. So it's just good for you to get a design marketing team or engage somebody else with it, and they can help you with it. And we also do that at Futuresoft. We help people with ideas and their businesses. I hope that answers the question. All right. So I guess those are all the questions for today. Thank you very much for your time.